Today we're going to be changing the brakes on the front brakes on a 2013 Cadillac XTS. These brakes are a little different. I know the screws are different, and so I figured I'd go ahead and make a video of it, and hopefully somebody else knows what they're doing and just needs a little help in changing them. Then they'll be able to see how I proceeded to do it, and then they can do it elsewhere. I will like to say I'm not a mechanic. I've been changing my brakes for about 30 years now, but I'm still not a professional mechanic. If you don't know what you're doing, or you don't think that you have any experience doing this, and perhaps you ought to take it to the shop to be safe. Anyway, like I said, it's a 2013 Cadillac XTS. The front brakes we will be replacing. Cadillac has a different setup this year, including the bolts. The bolts here are quite big bolts. We were able to take them from here, we loosen them up. See number one down the bottom, and then right there up the top. But the surprising thing is I wasn't able to find a socket, or a socket as big to remove them, so I'd had to use the tire iron that actually came with the card. The piece that the tire iron that I used to take the lug nut off, I had to use that as well to remove the bolts to the caliper. So you might want to be careful removing it, because you don't want to strip that bolt there. But anyway, like I said, it's a little different than the normal process that I'm used to. But I was able to do the other side and work my way around it and figure out how it was done. Here, the Cadillac has a pin right here, and this pin holds the clip to the brakes to keep the brakes from slipping. So now we're going to remove those two pins, 1 and 2, and then we'll be right back with you. Okay, I just wanted to let you see that I was able to at least start the process by taking a just small screwdriver like this, and the pin, and then I took the hammer and gently tapped on both ends, both sides. And now I'll take and remove the pins. I don't have anybody helping me today, so I've got to use both hands. I'll put the camera back down, and then we'll go ahead and get them pins out of there. We'll remove this clip for you, and then you'll be able to get an idea of what's going on. I'll be right back with you. Okay, we were able to get the pins out, and then once we get the first pin out, the second pin, the spring loosens up, and then the second spring was easy to come out. The first one's a little rough. You got to play with it a little bit, but you'll be able to get it. All right, so now we're going to take the caliper off the wheel, and we'll take the brakes off and go ahead and get these replaced. Now, these are the old brakes. They don't really look too bad there. I'm not sure why it felt really low, but I see we don't have too much on there, but we're gonna put the new brakes on here. These are new brakes. We'll replace these ones. See, yeah, we got a little bit more brake on there. Well, I like to be safe. Better safe than sorry. But here's a caliper inside of the caliper. Now, normally we would take the pistons, C-clamp, and push the pistons in, but on this particular brand of caliper, that's not necessary. So we're gonna go ahead and put the brakes in. We don't need the caliper on here, and then we'll go from there. Now, it's important that when we put the brakes in, make sure we put these holes. You see these holes right here? Make sure we put those facing down. Make sure you have your brake pad this way, so that it'll, so it'll be connected to the rotor. It'll be able to stop, not the other way. I've seen people try to fix brakes putting it in backwards. Made that mistake 30 years ago, so we don't want to do that. But anyway, you want to make sure you have the brake pad itself facing outward, so this way it'll be able to catch the caliper or the rotor. And also these holes here, you want these facing down, because you're going to put those pins through these holes. Well, you know what? I got to make a little correction here. You will need the C-clamp. I used the C-clamp on the other one, but I didn't think I'd need it on this one. But I got to take that piston in on the caliper. Got to bring it in a little bit, and the piston there. And so I just wanted to make a correction. I'll be needing the C-clamp on this one. Yeah, so we took the C-clamp and we got the piston back in there. So now we can apply the brakes appropriately, and this way continue. Okay, I was able to put the brakes on. I put the caliper back on. I inserted these pins just to hold the brake shoes up so that they don't fall down before I get done with everything. But actually, we have to put this pin on. This is this little clip here. Those two pins come through here, come through this up there, and it holds the brake pads up. Otherwise, these brake pads, when I take these pins out, those brake pads will slip down, or at least one of them will slip down here, probably this one. So we want to prevent that. So that's why I put these pins on, and then I put the the caliper back onto the rotor. All right, so now I'm going to tighten them back up here. I'll get all that tightened back up, and then we'll do this one last. We'll get that done last. Let's see if we can find that hole right there. Okay, let's see where we are. Right here. Okay, we have to turn this off. All right, just to give you an update, we got both of the bolts tightened in. We securely tightened them in. Remember, we used the tire iron because of the fitting there for the lug nuts. It's a perfect fit. We've got the one pin in with the clip. Now we have to press on this and put the other pin in, and then we're done. We'll put the wheels back on, and we'll go take it for a little spin drive. Okay, so we were able to get that pin in. It just took a matter of about a minute or so, a couple of seconds. And we're going to put the tire back on, and then we'll be able to get out of here. But that was just an idea to help you see how to install brakes for your 2013 Cadillac XTS. You take care and have a good day. Put the wheel back on, and we'll go for a little test drive. Make sure everything's okay, and we'll take it from there. Well, everything seems to be running all right. We got it done. Brakes feel good. Car's riding smoother. Nice stops, no squeaks. Low brake pedal, no low brake pedal. That's gone. Well, I hope I was able to help you out. Like I said, I'm not a professional, and if you prefer, I don't tell you to go by this if you don't know what you're doing, if you're not used to fixing your own brakes. This was just a little something to help you out if you got a little experience with changing brakes, front brakes. Cadillac coming up with a different style this in 2013, so this was just to give you a little idea on how to get it done. Well, you take care, and thank you for watching. I hope I was able to help you. Take care. Have a good day.